the passion runs deep. There's a love in the air for the game and the grind, for the players who hustle, leaving it all behind. Through the sweat and the tears, the blood and the fight, BWatts tells the stories under the bright light. Sports Talk, we watch where the passion runs deep. Sports Talk, Sports Talk, we watch where the passion runs deep. Sports Talk, Sports Talk, we watch where the passion runs deep. Sports Talk, we watch where the passion runs deep.
Wizard.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing on this Sunday night? Know everybody watching the Super Bowl. That's okay, but I'm still gonna rock with you tonight alone. I gotta be faithful to what I do, and this is what I do. And hey, Future say I'm married to the game. I'm married to the game. So hey, I'm here. I ain't gonna miss no show. But check this out. Tonight we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna get Coach Dre perspective on. And if you're tuning in the chat, drop a question down that you want me to ask Coach Dre, and I'll get it up to him as quick as I can. All right. Tonight we're gonna talk about Deion Sanders himself, and we're gonna talk about the coach, Deion Sanders, and we're gonna talk about the role and the impact of Bucky and well-off meeting. And also we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl and the National Football League MVP. Well, let me bring up the man of the hour. Only thing I ask y'all to do, hit that like button as you come in and subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. Something happened. I don't know what happened. Thought I did it. All right, let's try that. There he is. What's going on, Coach?
What's going on? What's going on? Good evening. Good evening. How everybody feeling out there?
All right, we're doing good, man. Doing good. Want to get into the show right quick, man. I'm gonna get you out of here. How was your day today?
Oh, it was good. Productive day. Always, if you above earth and breathing, you ought to thank the Lord.
All
So
right.
you got to be thankful.
Yeah, anytime you're above the ground, as my grandma say, it's a good day. It's a good day to be above the ground. All right, Coach Ray. Want to talk about Deion Sanders, the man himself. Coach Ray, I often hear you say Deion Sanders is living in his purpose. What do you mean by that?
Means that he's using what God when I say living in your purpose, everybody has a purpose and everybody has a gift, and God placed everyone here for a reason. Um, you often hear Coach Prime say, he thought that his purpose was going to be called to the pulpit, but his purpose was to change young men's lives with the tools that God has given him. And so, living in your purpose is finding out what God, the gifts that God has given you, and using them to bless others and watch God bless you. So he's living in his purpose because he is doing everything in his power to bless these young men, to get these young men ready to be men, to be fathers, to be husbands, to be productive citizens. For that 1% that do get to make it to the NFL, He's preparing those young men to make it to the NFL and how to navigate the NFL, because the NFL can be tricky with the money, the women, the fame, and everything that comes with it. So when I tell you that Coach Prime is living in his purpose, he's doing what God called him to do, and that's basically it. He's using the gifts that God gave him and using them to bless others.
All right. Overall, Coach Prime. We're shifting from Deion Sanders to Coach Prime. Overall, for his coaching wise at Colorado, how you think he have done so far?
He's done an excellent job. He's been prepared for this. Uh, when you have I don't care who you is, when you have over 20 years of coaching experience, and then especially when you talk about running a youth football program and traveling all over the world the way he did, he had been doing this for a while and developing these skills. He honed his skills at Jackson State, and then he moved on to Colorado, where I think people get caught up and don't understand that when he first got the Colorado job, he was still coaching. He had like a month left. He had to coach at Jackson, and so he was coaching both teams, trying to get a staff together. And still, what he did was, if you listen to what he said on one of the shows on Radio Road on Friday, he said, "I just found out that I work better with guys that have been in the pros. I had to learn that the hard way." So it was a trial and error phase for him. He learned out what was best for him and what was best fitting for him. But what he's done for Colorado is unspeakable. He's gonna arguably be one of the best coaches to ever be at Colorado. I think he'll end up being the best. Right now, there's no doubt in anybody's mind that Coach Mack is the best coach to ever coach at Colorado. He broke him a national championship. And if y'all really look at Coach Mack and y'all look at Deion Sanders, those guys are one and the same. They just really are. But the what he's brung to that university, it is again, he's always being selfless. He's not just about him. He's about making every program around the University of Colorado better. He's the reason why Colorado is getting a baseball team and things of that nature. So he always tell you that what he's doing, he only goes places where he can be a conduit for change, and that's what he's doing at the University of Colorado. They went from 1-11 to 4-8 to where we're 9-4, and the sky's the limit for Coach Prime at the University of Colorado.
All right. I want to stay right down that subject, Coach Ray. Coach Prime. Now, Coach Prime is getting ready to go into his third season as the head coach for Colorado. Shadur's gone, Travis gone, Block Billy gone, Cameron Simeon Craig gone. Those guys that came from Jackson State is gone. What's your expectation of Coach Prime going into his third season as the head coach of Colorado football team?
I expect it to be probably one of his best because again, he just got to be a head football coach. He's gonna always be that father figure and be a father to all those young men. But as much as we want to say it's still those two guys are his sons, and he told you that on first take. I'm looking and trying to look at to see what everybody else doing, but I'm wondering what Shador doing. I'm wondering what Shiloh doing. I don't have I don't have that problem this year. All I can do is concentrate on my coaching, make sure that these guys are getting the best coaching, that we're getting the best uh getting the best, getting put in the best situation that we can. So I expect nothing from but the best because this is the first time in his 20 years that he is going to coach without Shador Sanders. He has coached without Shiloh, so this will be the first time he's coached without Shador because he's coached without Shiloh, but he hasn't coached without Shador. So this will be it's gonna be a great test. But I think Coach Prime he lives for that kind of moment because that's what you're gonna hear all. That's gonna be the buzz after the Super Bowl. That's gonna be the buzz after the Super Bowl. Well, can Prime do it without Shador? Can he do it without Travis? Without the guys that he came with from Jackson State? These guys that just got here one year, but see, that's the kind of feeling that you get with a guy like Prime. These guys like Block Bully, those guys, they only been here 1 year. You get what I'm saying? You feel like they've been with Prime their whole careers, but they haven't. But I expect nothing but the best. Like I say, our floor is 8-4. Our ceiling is 11-1, 10-2.
Okay, good point. Good point. Good point. Hey, you're watching Sports Talk with BWatts along with Coach Dre. Y'all do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed and hit that bell notification, it'll let you know whenever we go live or drop a video. And put your question in the chat box for Coach Dre, and I'll get it up there to him as soon as I can. Appreciate y'all for doing that. Appreciate y'all here. I know the Super Bowl's going on. Just want to let you know how grateful I am that you're joining
Yeah,
in on the show right now.
they can turn that off.
Oh yeah, it's over with.
It's
When you look at, let's look at Coach Prime again. I want to stay right there. I want to horn down in on. I want to horn down on. When it comes to his coaching staff, putting together his coaching staff, what method did he go by bringing in the new strength and conditioning coach, the running back coach, or the new offensive line coach? What method do you think he went by selecting those guys to come and be a part of his coaching staff?
for two of them, it's strictly all for relationships and the loyalty. Gunner and Falk is strictly off for relationship and loyalty. Guys that he knows has his back, guys that know that they have the best interest for Coach Prime. See, a lot of people don't understand when you get to coaching that you have to build a staff. He always says that my staff comfort me and they make me feel good. Well, he went about hiring a guy that he worked 15 years with at the NFL Network. Uh, and a guy who came up in the ranks of his program, followed him from Jackson State to the University of Colorado. So those hires are strictly based on relationships and loyalty to Deion Sanders. Now, Swayze is about. I felt like maybe I needed a different voice in that room, and again, I laid the foundation. Now I need to go build a house. And I went out and got a master builder, a guy that I was just watching it before we came on. Andre Johnson said on that from that 2001 team from Miami, they had 35 first round draft picks of kids that was on that team. Two Hall of Famers. And Swayze was the architect of all of that. He was the strength and conditioning coach for all of that. So I just think Prime saw that his team, and then I'm gonna keep saying this. I think this was also about helping Coach Mo get this part of the strength and conditioning in his program because I think Coach Mo already has a great strength and conditioning program. I think he just need that speed and the agility and that stretching into it, and I think that's gonna make Coach Mo a better strength and conditioning coach. And a lot of people don't see things the way that a guy like Coach Prime sees it through that lens. Is I gotta help him get better as well. Because he's gonna go on to bigger and better things. He's a young strength and conditioning coach. He has a lot of time to build a name for himself. And so when you go out and get a guy like Swayze, you believe you can win now. You believe you have the talent in the room to go with what you have. And then when you go out and get a Marshall Falk to coach your running back room, and anybody you talk to tells you that Marshall Falk is one of the smartest guys you ever will meet when it comes to X's and O's. And he did everything BWatts in the backfield. He blocked, he ran,
Mm-hmm.
caught
Yeah.
the ball out of the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be no stone unturned when it comes to that backfield. With Gunner has shown improved. You have seen Gunner work. Now, just because the other guys were in the limelight or the other guys were the head of the room, everybody you talk to say Gunner White is a great offensive line coach, a great offensive mind. Every kid that's on the CU staff was elated that they hired Gunner Gunner White, and that's the biggest thing that you can take from him hiring Gunner White.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, though. Soon as now, okay, over there on X, formerly Twitter, what they was just saying, they were sharing that thing, said good high, good high, good high. He was Georgia C. Now I said, ain't nobody said nothing wrong about this dude. How you doing, Miss Selma Johnson? How you doing, Tim Isaac? Appreciate you, Mustang Crazy, Katie Sutton. What's going on, Jeffrey? What's up, my brother? Appreciate y'all for your comments in the chat. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. Coach Prime, keep refining. Yes, he does. He does. All right, Coach Dre. Let's talk about what I got. I'm gonna go by my lineup. Let's look at when I ask you about well off media and the person behind it, that's Bucky. Explain to us and everybody who's tuned in now and everybody who's probably gonna watch the replay once the Super Bowl over. Bucky, Deion Sanders Jr. A lot of folks don't remember. He played football for SMU.
They don't know that kid. Again, Deion Sanders straight told you that if Bucky was 6 foot or 6'1", Bucky would have been a pro. Bucky is the one that got the Deion Sanders speed. If you go watch his highlights from SMU, he was a punt returner, kickoff returner. Man, that kid was electrifying with the ball in his hands. That guy was electrifying with the ball in his hands. Uh, but what you have to respect and what I respect about him before we get to the well-off media part is what he is as a big brother. What he is, because you don't find many men who value their brothers that much to where I'll stand behind the camera and I'll y'all think Bucky following Shador, but Shador tell you Bucky leading me. But y'all think because he behind the camera that he falling behind Shador and Shador is leading. And that's y'all problem. A lot of people's problem in life. You feel like because somebody else might be in the lead that you behind them when you might be the person really leading and you just really don't understand. But Bucky is the definition of a big brother. And this just didn't start when they got to Jackson. This started back when these boys were in high school. And Bucky and his friends used to come back and started making well off clothes and believing in his brand. And what you know is that Deion Sanders just didn't hand anything to Bucky. Bucky went out here and got this thing. Go back and look at some of them well off videos and Bucky show you how he struggled to get to where he is. And
Right.
then how proud he was when he was able to hand his mama and his sister a whole bunch of money because of what he did, not because of something that my daddy handed me, something that I did, that I went out and worked hard for. And what he has done for social media, uh, you have to put this kid in the Hall of Fame if they got one. Because nobody has done what he has done. Nobody has ventured out into the spaces that he has spaced, and then nobody has put his friends on like he put his friends on. All those guys, if you go back to the first videos, them the same guys that you see now that he got working for him, doing videos, doing this, learning the trade, getting exposure and learning all this stuff because of the simple fact is Deion Sanders Jr. is doing this thing and doing that at the best level. And so uh once he took over, once they started that got that media deal on YouTube and they started recording those guys, and then when he got to Jackson State, it just went through the roof. And that's why we get so attached and why a lot of people want to come and play for him is because you get to see yourself and your parents and other people get to see the inside of what's going on. Deion Sanders
Right.
ain't trying to. You don't see no other big time programs trying to do that. Now they show you little snippets and give you little highlight videos of us doing workouts and all that, but they ain't showing you the day to day grind of these young men. Show these young men going to class, showing how these men coming together. And now I use that as a tool because if I'm a parent, hey, I can look at well off and get some insight on what's going on with my child, what's going on here, and what's going on there. And you see our boys at the Super Bowl putting on. You don't see too many other colleges got boys at the Super Bowl putting on like see you guys putting on. So he deserves everything that he gets. And now you just hope that the NFL give him the access that whatever team that Shador and Shiloh go to, you hope that the NFL gives him the access so he can still film these young men and put these young men in a great light. But again, we'll see what the NFL does because that'll be out of his hands. But we all know that this Colorado content gonna keep coming, gonna keep going. But Bucky, if you listen or watch it, bro, you deserve everything. Like I said, I respect you more of what you're doing for your brothers than anything. That well off stuff, I'm happy for you for that. But the way you lead your brothers, the way you put your brothers first, the way you put these other young men first and make them and put them on a platform, what you did for my dog Jimmy, uh, putting them on with his music and doing all this stuff, and being a real friend to him, and that's something you don't see from a lot of people is these guys are real genuine friends. And Bucky, you see Bucky Kent around and playing, but he really got love for these guys. But what well off media doing is above. And then he put his homeboy on. Reach the People came out of the birth of uh of well off. And not
Right.
only did he on, he said, bro, you ain't gotta stay under my wing. You can go off and start your own thing and do your own thing, and we can work together. And us us out here in this YouTube space, again, that's what you gotta do. That's what Coach Prime wants. He like to see us get together and work together. Now you can be your own entity. There's nothing wrong with that. But you gotta also help your brothers. Be your brother's keeper. That's one thing that Bucky does, and you gotta respect him for that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that, big dog. I really do. Everything you said about it, that's 100% from what I see from behind this laptop and these cameras and things that he is loyalty. He is my brother keeper. And the way that he treats Shadur, Shiloh, and some of the players on the team, most of all of them, man, he give them that spotlight. He talk them up. He don't talk bad about them or nothing like that. He lifting their profile up higher than when they got there. And I'm sure it's a recruiting tool that Coach Prime and his staff can use also because I just think he's a game changer. Now, would it be fair for me to say that well off means to Colorado and Coach Prime what hard knocks or the NFL mean to the NFL? Would I be wrong for saying that?
No, you wouldn't be wrong. That would, and that's why that's the part to where that's why I keep saying I hope that the NFL let Bucky in because of the simple fact that that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. BWatts. It is hard knocks for the NFL where they only spotlight one team. Is the same. It's like what we're doing. We just spotlighting Colorado and putting the light on our football team and making sure that our young men are getting the spotlight. But the one thing about that hard knock stuff is you don't get to know these guys intimately like you get to know with well off and reach the people, and you get this storyline from every angle when you deal with these young men, with these young brothers and Uncle Neely, and then to see what he did, what all them guys did for Duke when like Duke say he wasn't, he just told him he wasn't gonna renew his contract. But boom, just like that, Duke the Scoop picks him up, scoops him up, and now Duke is doing his thing on well off, on reach to people with the pregame show. And that's what I mean when I say a brotherhood. And that's what you see with anybody. You see Shannon Sharp, he left FX1. Stephen A. reached right out to him. Hey, bro, you can come over here to ESPN. We'll make a way for you. And that's how you gotta be when it comes to this because they doing it for them. They doing it for them. So why can't we do it for us? And Prime said some real stuff. If y'all haven't, y'all go watch the nightcap stuff. and y'all get through the funny stuff that he did at the beginning, but listen to when Master P and him are up there talking. He said some real stuff about us as people coming together and pushing each other and supporting each other. And you will see why you will see the values why you see what Bucky is doing. Because when you hear, like I say, you can learn a lot about a child by their parents. You can learn a lot about the way the child was brought up by the way they parents. And so I would expect nothing more than greatness, because that's all Bucky been around. And Prime, and that's the one thing Prime never said, that these guys had to be great. He just wanted them to do their best. As long as you giving your best, and I know you giving your best, I can deal with everything else. And those guys are definitely making Deion Sanders proud.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. Now, when you also look at well off meeting and the way when he came on the scene, I think it took. Now, I could be wrong. You might not see it the way I see it. I think it took Deion Sanders and Coach Prime to another level.
It did. No,
His
no
brand,
doubt.
his brand wise, it took man. He did. Yeah, Coach Prime didn't need to be on ESPN, Fox no more, or wherever he doing. I think, well off medium enhanced Coach Prime brand.
It made it to where ESPN and when have you seen college game they go to a HBCU? You
Right.
know why? Because hey, we can tell our own story. Now y'all gotta come see me, cause hey, everybody already talking about me. So now people start looking at you and saying, hey, ESPN, why y'all ain't reporting about this? Why y'all ain't talking about this? I go out and get the number one player in the country and Travis Hunter to come to my school. Oh my God! Now we got to talk. Like I told you, he's a marketing genius. And then I got my son right here, who I'm finna bring in here, and I'm finna let him videotape this, videotape the games, put us out on national on the airways of YouTube every day, every day for the last 5 years that he's been coaching. Every just about every day, you can go back and Bucky putting out a video. And like he said, he started with just his telephone. He started with just his telephone, just record. Then they moved themselves up, just gradually picking itself up and moving and moving. But you're right. This gave him a recruiting tool, and that's the first thing he told him when he got to Colorado. Hey man, we gonna make you famous, but we gonna show your flaws and your blemishes.
Right.
We gonna show your flaws and your blemishes. And so, uh, if I'm a college coach, I'm trying to find me a Bucky. I'm trying to find me somebody that want to come in here and do what Bucky is doing if I'm a big time program, because that's what's gonna take your program to the next level. Because now this was the thing. It's a success now because we're winning. Because if we were losing, that's a distraction. Oh, it's a distraction. Oh, they don't need all them cameras in there. That's stupid. I told y'all, Prime just trying to put on, do this, and this. But now that he's winning, you can't say that no more. Now you better go. Like I said, you better go find you a Bucky. You'll go find you a Neely. You better go find you a Darius, because they are getting in front of the camera. And Lord forbid, when we get to these playoffs, and now on top of, we don't gotta wait on y'all to come visit us and talk about us to the media about our playoff. We gonna talk about us every day. They gonna see where we playing, what we doing, how we preparing. We gonna see all of that. We ain't gotta wait on ESPN or CBS or Fox. We gonna put it out every day, and it makes for, like I told you, they get tired because now they losing ratings. ESPN tired of they just tired of it, because they losing ratings. They can't stay in the forefront. But the biggest thing is they can't stop it. They can't stop it. His shoes selling out. His all the you can't keep no CU gear. It's selling out. Hey, Mister Phil Knight up there at Nike. Hey, I know you giving Oregon all that money, but Prime the one making the money. Prime the one making the money, buddy. You better cut us a new check. We need some new stuff, cause he doing what he's supposed to do, and you can't be mad at that. And at the way he's doing it, and he's doing it to the best of his ability.
Yeah. Now, also, Coach Ray. Hear me on this now. Hear me clear. I watched Bucky and Well Off Media take a kid out of Florida that went state to Georgia, to Jackson State, to Colorado, and lift his profile along with some other outlets to a Heisman Trophy winner in Travis Hunter. My question is there a certain player that you can identify on Colorado that Well Off can do the same thing?
Uh, I'm telling y'all right now, Jordan is going right now. It's gonna be Jordan Seaton. Jordan Seaton is the guy that you gonna see pushed. He has that relationship with Bucky, uh, and that's the guy who's gonna probably for the next few years be the face of Colorado football. But guys, I know I love K Salt. I think K Salt is that guy. But y'all see who out there in New Orleans. You see who they pushing. Y'all see the brand. Y'all see what he doing. He got everything laid out. That Julian Lewis is gonna be the face of Colorado football, just like Shador was the face of Colorado football. They're gonna push that guy. Now, do I believe K Salt gonna get a good push this year? If K Salt in the off season, like I said, I think everybody gets their fair share of camera time. But when you go to play in a certain type of way, and then we got to make sure we pushing the narrative. Because like I say, we didn't have to go out and do use all that promote that all them other people had to do for their Heisman Trophy candidate. We had every day you saw I had our Heisman Trophy candidate on YouTube. He had his own thing going with the gaming, and so you got to see the inside, not just the football Travis Hunter. You got to see the other stuff, and you see some teams are trying to cut that out. Well, Coach Prime ain't gonna do that. You see Coach Prime let them boys put they handle on the back of their jersey so they can start it. You see Lightfoot done came up to Colorado. He done started a YouTube page. The Hood brothers done started a YouTube page. I think Ben got a YouTube page. So he's pushing these young men to be the best that they can be. And that's all you can ask for. These kids are maximizing their potential in college. Ben Selverson is just as famous as any big time college football player that you know, right?
Right.
Ben plays strictly on special teams. I bet you don't know. Y'all name me a special team player off the University of Georgia, Texas.
I can't name now.
You don't you
Being
don't you don't
on what I know.
you don't know them. You couldn't name one if we had all night.
No, that's right.
And the thing is, that's what makes this special because even the guys that you would consider not the stars get treated like stars. And that what makes those guys and that's what makes those guys go out and work harder on the scout team and on the other teams is because man, Coach Prime value us just like he valued Travis, just like he valued Shador, just like he valued Shiloh. You see what he did for Charlie? You see Charlie, Alpha Dog, and Cash Cleveland, the best known walk-ons in America. Name me a, y'all name me a y'all name me a walk-on that get that kind of hype and that kind of exposure anywhere else. Get put in get NIL deals and get put in endorsements and get put in commercials. Charlie Alford have been in a couple commercials. So I make everybody feel like they're important. I make everybody, and then once I realize, like you say, the governor. I don't think the governor done played one snap since he been in Colorado, right? And that
Right.
but everybody know who the governor is, don't they?
Well, I'm meeting danger, boy. I'm telling y'all, it's danger, man. And he been in a commercial. And he
And
done got
you know what?
paid.
And you know what? That makes these parents feel so excited because, like I say, as a parent, you know what it is. You know, you kind of know what's going on, right? But then when I see my son, when I can turn on I can turn on well off, and I see my son with a microphone in his hand, and I see him talking, and I see the excitement that he get, and I see Coach Prime praising him. But it also gives you an enlightenment every time Coach Prime say, "Hey, we ain't gave everybody in here a fair shot. Come on, hey, if you don't like it, come on, stand up and tell it." And I got the camera rolling so it can be documented. Don't be shy now. Get on up here and talk. Cause I don't want you to get behind with the cameras off and behind closed doors, and then oh yeah, man, that's the main reason why when these guys leave, they don't really have nothing to say. What is there to say? The camera's been on, and and what y'all know is that we know that is stuff in any film in any stuff that we cut out that we didn't even put on there. So y'all go to running your mouth if you want to. Like how like I like the way how when Deion left Jackson State, he let everybody act like the boys was so upset, and so he let the world go on for like 2 or 3 days, and I mean they was talking reckless. Oh, Deion, them boys was hurt, them boys was upset. Deion didn't do it right. He didn't tell them boys he was leaving. He waited a good 2 or 3 days, and then he dropped the video.
Yep.
Here y'all
I
go.
remember that.
Now y'all shit. Now big mouth, shut up. Y'all did all that talking. Now you got to backtrack and no, because y'all ain't on the inside. Y'all just going by your opinion. If you just say your opinion, but to say that kids was upset, yeah, kids was hurt. But
Yeah.
again, people that was in Jackson, I guarantee if you ask Uncle Steve, people that was in Jackson, they knew that this was coming that year. They knew it was coming. They knew Deion wasn't finna stay because, like you say, after his first year, he took some interviews. He could have easily been to take the probably the coach at Texas, uh, at TCU after his first year at Jackson. So they knew it was coming because the guy is honest, and that's why I continuously tell people: if you sit back and you hush and you just listen to Coach Prime talk, he give you the answers every time.
You're right. You're right. I agree. I agree with you 100%. Now, let's move on and talk about the running back room. Marshall Falk coming in as the running back coach. But he also got enough Pepper and Robinson. When you look at Coach Prime, I think he could have did the job by himself, but the addition of Marshall Falk, that's elite coaching. So what's your expectation and the chat of the running back room this year?
Uh, this is what I say, B. Prime has always done that. This is nothing new. It's just when the NCAA went out and told you can have unlimited coaches coaching, that is what put us in a realm that was the worst thing they could have did for Colorado. That that was the worst. You should have kept it at 10 to where he got to think about it. I ain't
Yeah,
got I got like he tell you I got a Rolodex of coaches. So again, if we go back and we listen to Deion's press conference when he got there or when he left Jackson and when he came to Colorado, besides that, he talked with God, and God, you know, told him it. But he said I had to go and open the doors for guys like me. And when he meant that, he meant guys that have played in the NFL at a high level that want to coach, and that they are keeping out of the coaching business because the people want to gatekeep and want to keep this the way they've been doing it, which is, hey, you got to earn your keep, you got to work your way up, you got to be a grad assistant, this, to come up and be coaches. Because Marshall Falk should have been the Southern football head coach the same year that Deion Sanders got the Jackson State job. It's just
okay,
Jackson State pulled the trigger and the Southern board did.
right.
So he's been chomping at the bit to get into coaching. And so now I have a avenue for you. And he told you on the Rich Eisen show that I didn't hire Marshall Falk. I don't like that word. I partnered with him. I partnered with all my coaches. We all
Right.
work together. We all one unit. And that's how you gotta be in coaching. Yeah, I'm not saying that coaches don't disagree, right?
Right.
But you have to have a united front to where in this day and age, kids don't believe that you got a problem with him or you got a problem with him. Because once you get that, you lose your locker room because them kids don't buy nothing you talking about.
You got that right. You got that
They,
right, Coach.
how you gonna tell me I gotta get along or I gotta be teammates with this guy and him and coach such and such don't get along? Or I saw him and coach such and such doing this and that doesn't work.
Yeah, you gotta lead by example, man. You gotta lead by
You gotta
example.
lead by
You got
example.
to. You
And
got to say
then
what you say and mean what you say. And say it
you
with your
got
chest out.
you gotta be the guy that okay, I'm in the door. Now I'm finna open the door for everybody else. You see Michael
Right.
Vick down in Norfolk. You see everybody who got head coaching jobs. They done been to Colorado, ain't they?
Yeah.
They done
You
came down
right.
and they done came. They done came to Colorado and talked to the Don.
Yeah. They talk to the man who can get them there. Do what you need to do. This how you need to do it. And they did it. And they come back and say this. I heard Michael Vick say out of his mouth. I went and talked to Deion son. And that's what he did. But Coach Ray, Miss Philly Smith said, I think that running back room will be better. I think Dylan Hayden will benefit the most from Marshall Faulk as a running back coach. I agree 100%. But also, there's a ram in the bush, and his name is Hood. I think those two guys, did just me now. I ain't speaking down on the rest of them. I think those two. Because Hood was injured. We don't know what he can do. We know he's fast. We know he can do everything. But when you were injured, and you didn't get a chance to see it on the field, I'm just eager to see what Marshall Faulk can do with his speed because these two guys right here, they similar to Marshall Faulk. They block, they catch the ball out of the backfield better than any of the rest of them, and they got talent. So reiterate what Miss Smith just said. What you think? She made a good point.
She made a great point. I think that Brandon Hood is the guy. Is a guy that can surprise a lot of people. When I first started hearing rumblings of Marshall Faulk, that's the first guy I thought of. Hey, that Brandon Hood, a Marshall Faulk kind of guy. Uh, Dallin Hayden is a guy. Y'all got to remember now. I don't go back and watch that first year he was at. As a true freshman, that guy was toting the ball for Ohio State
He
in
was,
the Big Ten.
he sure was for
You
Ohio State.
get what I'm saying? So, and that's why I think I don't never get upset because all of those guys have shown that they have the ability. Micah, IA, Hayden. The only guy that we can say that haven't shown it is Hood. And he could end up being the guy. The one
Right.
thing you gonna is if you can't block in the backfield, Marshall Faulk ain't gonna play you. Okay? I'm just being honest with y'all. If you can't pick up that blitz, if you can't Marshall Faulk is a all around every down type of back. He's not a one type of back. So the one thing that Deion always says is we can't look for us in players. So if he can't get it with just one guy, then we'll see a two back system. But I think you're gonna see a heavy dose of one guy once uh Marshall gets an idea. But in this day and age, you never want a running back to get that wear and tear on their bodies. So you always want at least to have a duo back there because once you get that wear and tear on your body when you get to the NFL, the NFL is already devaluing the running back position, so you can't have a lot of wear and tear on your body coming out of there. But I expect, like I said, yeah, she hitting it on the head. I believe
See ya?
Hayden
Yeah.
will
I
benefit.
think.
He has
Yeah.
great hands, and like I say, he kind of played in a system that I think we're gonna see a little bit more of this season from uh from Pat Shermer. So yes, she hit the nail on the head with that one.
Okay, Jeffrey got a question right there. Saying, what do you think about the receivers room? Marion Miller is in his junior season this year, and at the end of that video, he said he got to be the leader. He think he won't be the leader. I heard him say he got to take more leadership role in showing the new guys how to do it. But my thing is, I got to see him do it on a consistent basis. Really,
Well, that's
when I look at
that's his only
well,
thing. He got more consistent. Uh, and then like I say, when he had the little slip up at the beginning of the strength and conditioning session, he got talked to. Cause them boys believe in him. Shador believes in him. Jimmy, Tay, Jimmy, Will, and they know that him and Timmons are the leaders, and this is what we left y'all guys to. We left y'all guys to be in control. So when he said that, he was telling y'all that, hey, I know I messed up a little bit, but hey, I'm on top of it. I know I got to step up because he has all the ability to be one of the best receivers in the country. Again, guys, a lot of kids get held back just by the little stuff. It don't be the ability. It don't be the God given talent. It be the little stuff that they believe that they got this God given ability and this God given talent that I don't have to hone it, that I don't have to practice it, that I don't have to get better. Well, that's not the case because you is like a car or a race. You standing still and everybody else making laps around the track. Well, eventually they gonna catch up to you if you not putting in the work and doing the things that you need to do. So yes, Amarion's gonna have a great year. I want to make sure he's healthy. That's my biggest thing is that he's healthy because if he's healthy, he's gonna be a great receiver for us. Our receiver room is stacked, guys. I I can name I can name 8 guys right now that I can see playing. 8. I can name 8 guys right now that I can see playing. So I know that our receiver room is great. I know BWatts say that we could go out and get another receiver. If we do, somebody leave. There's no way you going to get somebody else to come in that. I'm not even looking at y'all if you ain't talking about people leaving. If I'm a receiver, because you got Amarion, you got JoJo, you got Cam, who you haven't seen, who has showed you he probably the fastest guy on the team. You got Draylon Miller, you got Q6, you got Timmons, you got Farrakhan, you got Adrian Wilson, you got Mathis. I named 9 guys right then that I think can see the football field. And I think you're gonna see a lot more 11 personnel. So one of them guys ain't gonna be on the field because it ain't gonna be 4 wide like that. So if we do get another receiver, it'll be because of receivers leaving.
okay, all right. So when you look at the offensive line, it's a question mark, still a question mark. Just got to say, I got to say him to me personally. I got to say him against Georgia Tech, not through the workout. I know I'm gonna see it. I appreciate Bucky for showing it. Not through the ones against the twos, but I want to say I'm going up against. You know how they would rotate them in and out. We start Phil Loho was starting Denson at the right time, and then the first game of the season he was at guard. And that thing do something to you, man. I believe it affected them guys when they moved around. I'm not saying Phil Loho was wrong, nor the coaching staff, but I just want to see who gonna play on that right side, that top, and who gonna be the one beside Jordan C at that guard. Because most of the pressure came through the guard and the center position, and that's what I want to see on that offensive line when it comes to the offensive line to see how Garner and the rest of the coaching staff on the offensive line develop these guys to be better than they were this past year. What you think about the offensive line?
Right now, I only see one guy that I can just pencil in as I know he'll start,
Yeah,
and that's C.
yeah,
Uh, I think that all these other guys have ample opportunity to play.
right,
Um, I like Cash Cleveland. I think that he's gonna battle like
yeah,
hell to keep his spot. I think he's earned the right for somebody to have to come take it. I think he's earned the right for somebody to have to come take it. Y'all know my affinity for Tyler Brown, but he gonna have to show me something.
I
He
haven't
gonna have to
seen him.
show me. You get what I'm saying? He gonna have to show me a little something
Have you seen him in the
this
video?
year.
I ain't even seen him in the video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. He there. He was in a video the other day, but he's there. I mean, he a prime guy. He a prime kid. He ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
We just like I say, everybody else there is open competition.
It
And I
is.
like I say, last year be we was injured. Benson was hurt. He was playing trying to play. He was playing trying to play injured, and Myers both were injured. And so with his arm being injured like that, he couldn't reach like he should at tackle. So that was the point of moving Tyler Brown to tackle because we didn't have anybody else.
Mm.
We didn't have anybody else. But I think you'll move Tyler Brown back in the guard where he belongs. I'm gonna tell you who I'm impressed with is Yaya.
Oh,
I'm very impressed with what I've been seeing from him so far. But again, like you say, I want to see us get in the pass. I want to see us mix it up. I want to see what we do when we get to Georgia Tech. But
yeah.
uh, I think we're in a better position this year. Again, I think in this portal, this last portal, we'll go out and get us about. I think we should get anywhere from 3 to 4 of them. Just because
Okay.
I like to have more than enough when it comes to offensive linemen because those guys are the guys that can get injured the easiest. You can get rolled up on. You can get
Yeah.
it's just so much stuff that the offensive line you can break your hand. It's a real war down there in them trenches.
It
That's
is,
why it's
man.
not for the faint of heart. So we get 4, I think we'll be okay. I believe, like I said, I believe in Gunner and getting a Big Dre to come in there, who was a Colorado legend, who know what it's like to be a Colorado Buffalo. Uh, he just went into the Hall of Fame for the Buffs, so I know he's excited. They just put out a little thing with him getting some of that Lawrence collection, Colorado gear, welcoming him to the staff and stuff. So I know he's elated to be back home where he made a name for himself. So I think we're in a good spot. And again, guys, it's about the relationships. And one thing you know about these guys, every one of those guys that's in that room, they got a everybody in that office, and that's something that you couldn't say about the last 2 coaches. No, nothing
Yeah.
against them. The only reason that the first O line coach was the O line coach is because the offensive coordinator wanted it, right?
Right.
And then we went out and we went out and gave Coach Phil Lohost an opportunity to cut his teeth to be a guy that's the head of the room. But these guys, all 3 of these guys that we got in this room, they have an affinity and they know what it is to be a buff. So that's what makes me feel good about this room that you can take that you didn't see the last couple of years.
Right. Now, you speaking of coaching the staff, there's another coach on the staff. He don't get enough praise like he should, man. I think the dude did a good job. That's the defensive back coach, Coach Mathis. What you think about Coach Mathis? Yeah. We don't hardly talk about him. That dude, he been on his game, bro.
Man, Coach Mathis, all listen. That's them. They don't talk about him. They don't want to talk about him because every time you talk about, oh man, that's the buddy system. Prime just hiring his buddies and this, that, and the other. Well, who else you gonna hire? If I don't hire Coach Mathis, how can I expect somebody else to hire him? This man done been
Right.
with me when we wasn't making no money, but we was putting our
Exactly.
money into kids,
He's
not
spending his own
not
money.
not right spending your own money, taking kids up and down the road. My wife been invested in this in this. Come on, bro. Y'all miss me with that. That guy and he is the true definition of an underdog story. He's undersized for a cornerback. He came from a little school. Nobody gave him a chance to make the NFL. He played 10 seasons in the NFL. 10 seasons in the NFL. He's the definition of a pro. And What y'all gonna always know? As long as Deion Sanders got a coaching job, Mathis gonna have a coaching job. And just in case y'all didn't know, he coached Travis Hunter, he coached DJ McKinney, he coached Hood. So everybody say that the DB room was the best room in the group. Well, why we don't talk about the guy who coached him, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
he deserves every.
He does. He does, man. Another guy on Coach Phillips, the wide receiver coach, don't get the credit that he should be getting. But the wide receiver room that he got to coach
He
up.
deserves.
Them guys, all them guys want the ball. They got different attitudes, and the way he keep them focused and keep them grinding. Dude, don't do an excellent job, Coach Ray.
Hey, that's the hardest position to coach. I tell anybody that. That receiver room is probably the hardest position to coach because you got everybody want the football. Everybody tell you they open all the time. This guy can't stick me, coach. Why y'all ain't throwing me the football? It's hard to control all those egos at one time. Phillips does a great job because he's been in the position. He knows what it takes. He's seen and caught from top-notch quarterbacks. His quarterback in college won the Heisman Trophy. So uh, he knows. So when he was talking with Travis, when he was having conversations with these guys, not talking about what, and that's the biggest thing. These guys, Coach Prime has the best coaching staff in the country. I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't care what nobody else think or what nobody else talking about. Deion Sanders has the best coaching staff in college football, hands down. And we gonna only get better. We gonna only get better. So y'all just, like
Right.
Swayze say, just buckle up and enjoy the ride because Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes, they got something special brewing down there in the mountains of Colorado.
I agree with you on 100%. 100. Everything you said. Think Coach Brian got the best. He the best coach in the country, and his staff is the best in the country. And I speaking on everybody's platform, and especially mine. Well, Coach Dre, the Super Bowl is going on, and I think that thing is over. It's 24-11 last time I noticed. What's the difference have you seen in the Super Bowl so far? Got about 5 more minutes.
The biggest thing is the Eagles got tired of y'all talking about Mahomes taking pride and raining on the NFL parade. And I'm saying the NFL parade because I think the NFL had the Eagles pick. I mean the Chiefs pick. That's who that they pretty much told you that's who they wanted you to who you wanted to win. And we've been telling y'all defense win championships. Them boys got a pick six. Uh Mahomes don't look like himself. Kelsey out there dropping the football. He need to go up there and talk to Taylor Swift or somebody at halftime the way he playing. Uh, they just don't look the same. Just don't look the same tonight. And all I don't want is for the Eagles to get complacent and come out here the second half and just think they got this thing wrapped up strong. I want them to finish the way they started because sometimes you go in at halftime, you get lackadaisical, and a guy like Patrick Mahomes, he's not gonna quit. He's not gonna quit till they say 00 on it. So I just want them guys to go in there and finish strong.
Got a super chat here, Lawrence. Coach Ray, can you speak on what it is like to coach your kids? I think did it for the last 3 weeks on the show. Once again, we're finna let you do it again. And I saw CP addressing it on first take when he brought up Lamar Ball. What's the difference do you see between two and Ward also? Got two-part question there, Coach Ray.
It's what it's like to coach your kid. I told y'all it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse. It just really is because the difference with me is my kids didn't play skill position. Well, my son did, but I didn't coach him in high school like that. But my son now, he doesn't play a skill position. He plays offensive, defensive line. So I don't have to worry about, oh, they throwing him the ball or he running the ball because he coached Dre's son and this, that, and the other. I can only imagine what it felt like for Deion to have to coach his boys. And these boys in college and talking about daddy ball. Daddy ball is something you talk about in Little League. There ain't nothing you talk about in college. Shador go to any college in America except for maybe a couple, and he's a starting quarterback. You name me a team he don't go and start for this year. I'll wait. I bet you Alabama wish they had Shador this year. That ain't no knock on Jalen Milrow.
Right. You're right.
So
You're right.
they just gotta stop with that narrative. Hey, hold on, BWatts. I gotta go get a charger right quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Coach Dre had to step out. Say he had to go get a charger right quick. But appreciate the super chat there, Lawrence. Appreciate you, buddy. The difference between two and Ward. I think two is more to me. That's just my opinion now. I think Shadur is more stronger. He's more. He's just more tougher because we hadn't had a good offensive line, and the way he have been hitting, I think he more pro ready for the NFL to take on them hits. Now he can't take them many hits as he done in Colorado and Jackson State at the next level, but that's the difference that I see. Now for his escapability, I think Cam Ward got Shadur on that. That's just my opinion. But Shadur, I just think Shadur is a franchise quarterback, Lawrence. And my opinion, Ward, now I like him, don't get me wrong. I think Jackson Dart just a better Ward. It's just me. And from what I see and for what I want in a quarterback, the escapability. Anytime you can get a quarterback that can give you 500 to 800-yard rushing, that's another addition of the offense, and they can put pressure on your defense. That's just it to me. So those the difference that I see in Shadur and Ward. I think Shadur is more pro ready and he's more tough. Both of them got a good arm. I'll let Coach Dre go on that. Coach Dre, what's the difference do you see between Shadur and Ward?
This the difference. Shador can play in a lot of different systems because of his pocket presence and things of that nature. If they don't give Ward the right kind of offensive coordinator, he might struggle. Because of his athletic ability. Like some offensive coordinators don't have, like you say, you got to do what the Ravens are doing for Lamar with a guy like Cam Ward. Even though Cam Ward can throw the ball just as well, but you got to open your playbook up. You got to open your mind up and have that RPO, which they don't really like to run in the NFL. They do not like to run that RPO that much in the NFL like that. And so you're gonna have to open your playbook up, get creative with the plays with a guy like him. With Shador, you get the pocket presence, a guy who can make just about every throw. He can put the ball in tight windows. Uh, I just think he's just a pure passer. And like I say, I think he's head and shoulders the best quarterback in this draft. Like you say, I like Dart myself. BWatts. I think him and Cam are even. So if 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 Jackson Dart go before Shador, I'm gonna have a problem. But I wouldn't have no
Oh
problem
yeah,
with
I have
Shador.
a problem with that now. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. But if he go before Cam Ward, I won't have a problem at all.
Yeah. All right. The MVP award. What you think about it for the National Football League?
You know what I think? I
Yeah,
think it
I
went to
told you he
again.
gonna win. That
You
John,
did
hey,
tell
look here. He really should have won it last year, but y'all they gave it to
no.
Jack. Come on,
Well,
bro. This dude ain't
hey,
got nobody. No, took his
I ain't gonna
team.
tell you. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. I wouldn't have been as mad last year if he'd have won it as I was this year. Cause I think he was the third best player. I think you give it to either Lamar or Saquon. You know, but this is the thing. When Lamar lost that game, I got in a text that we was in the group chat because we got a coach who loved the Raiders. I say Lamar just lost the MVP. That's just that was my take. I say Lamar just lost the MVP, and that's just what happened. That's the only thing that happened. BWatts. And so they gave Saquon the Offensive Player of the Year award, and so they could give him the I don't, but I don't like Prime say. I want to get up and just walk out. I like
Yeah. Well, I'm here to tell you and Prime and Steve, Josh Allen is a dog, boy. He can take a little and get you all the way there. That's why I keep trying to tell Andy Reid them go out there and get Jimmy Horn and get you LaJohntay Will Shepherd. Boy, Buffalo will run circles around the West out there. He ain't got no receiver. He ain't got
yeah.
nothing. He just got him.
How many
And they
Super
were
Bowls?
number two team in the West. In the on that, yeah, in the
Yeah,
AFC.
he always finished. Josh Allen gonna be the guy that played with in the same area as Patrick Mahomes if he don't win a Super Bowl. Like
Yeah.
that's just gonna be he is. Like that. Like I
I
like
think they doing to him the Cam way. You know how they did Cam Newton wouldn't get him no help. We just gonna depend on you. You since you like to run, we ain't gonna get you no running back. Since you like to throw it, we ain't gonna get you do it.
you. Hey,
That's it.
hey, hey, you see Unc say put them numbers up. It ain't even close. You see
Oh,
Unc
I already done put him up. He only got about 200 yards on what you call,
what you mean passing?
huh?
But hey, hold on, be watch. But what you be saying all the time. But how, he ain't got nowhere near rushing yards as
No,
Lamar.
no, no. Lamar got him on the rushing yard. Lamar got him on that. Yeah, but he got too much talent. Why they can't win?
Oh, you talking about Lamar? Oh,
Yeah,
I
he
hey,
throwing out an interception,
yeah,
fumbling the ball. So that's why I got to go with Josh. Now Josh will throw it. He'll throw an interception too in a big game. Now I will say that. One thing about me, Coach, I'm gonna call it straight down the line, whether it's my man or not.
I told you that.
Josh was turning over. Last year they could have won. He throw. That's why the wide receiver want to get out. That wide receiver they had. Yeah, man, we get in the big game and Josh throw these interceptions. He ain't
He,
throw no interception through in the regular season. Get into that pressure. I remember Rod the Man Meeting you said it, man. When that pressure hit, them pipes gonna bust. And that's what been happening to him mentally wise. But for us, that's a quarterback, man, give me Josh Allen over anybody instead of Patrick Mahomes. That's just me. I'm
I
entitled to that. I think I am. Yeah.
you definitely entitled to it.
Yeah, okay then. But okay, I'm gonna let you go on this one, Coach Ray. Coach Ray, what made you get into coaching, bro?
Uh, I just want to help kids. Uh, I felt like I could like again. I was getting ready to go to mortuary school when I got out of high school. I thought that's what I wanted to do because again, I wanted to serve people. I wanted to help people in their toughest moments. My grandparents, my granddaddy, my uncles, they had worked at funeral homes, so I had been around the funeral home service, and I thought that's what I was going to do. Um, Granddaddy got sick when I was getting ready to leave, so I couldn't leave my grandma and my mama, so I stayed. And my coach in high school was like, "If you're not going to school, I'm not going to let you get out here and run the streets and get caught up with these characters out here. You're gonna come and be here at the school with me and coach." And I just found the love for it, and realizing that I can touch as many lives this way as I would have been, touching lives in the other profession I was seeking out. And so once I got there, I realized that this was, and like I say, you just once you get there, you realize you have found your purpose. And I realized I found my purpose. I'll tell you a story, and this will give you an insight. Uh, One of the darkest moments of my life. I'm working at a place overnight, and we had one of the top rated kids in basketball. Y'all can go look it up on YouTube or wherever. His name was Dante Anderson. He had scholarships to North Carolina, Duke, uh, the University of Florida, every major basketball school in the country. And he came up to the spot where we was. Lil Boosie was in town that day. He threw a concert for the young folks during the day, so they wouldn't try to sneak out and go out to the concert that night when the grown ups would go. So it's about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I see him. He got 4 people in the car with him. I said, "Where you supposed to be at?" "Oh, I'm supposed to be at Coach. We just came to get something to eat, and I'm finna drop these boys off, and I'm finna go right home." I tell him, I say, "Listen, get this food, get and take these boys home and get yourself home because he was supposed to be at a major camp the next morning." It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting ready to get off, and my head football coach at the time was Kent Johnson, who I called my dad. He's in the lobby and he's crying, and I say, "Coach, what's wrong?" He say, "Ain't nobody been up here to tell you." I say, "What happened?" He say, "Dante them got killed in a car wreck going down University. He lost control of the car, ran into a palm tree, killed him and another little boy in the car." I say, "How many people dead in the car?" He said, "Well," he say, "two dead, and the other little boy, he in critical condition." I say, that's all that was in the car?" He said, "Yeah, that's all that was in the car." So I'm devastated. I get home to my house. The other little boy is sitting on my front steps in tears and say, "Coach, I just got out the car. I listened to you. You said for me to get out the car and not for him to take us home, and he wouldn't take me home. He said we were just gonna ride down the strip and then he'd take us home. I told him to let me out the car and just let me go, and I'll find a way home." And that young man right now, he's a great father. He's a teacher. He living right now because he lives it. And to this day, that's always my story to any young man. And that's when I really realized that's what I was supposed to be doing. I was a young coach, like 21, 22 years old. And I knew that, hey, I got to save these young men because right now it's the blind leading the blind. I tell y'all all the time, kids got to be led. Y'all trying to let kids figure it out on their own. They can't. I'm 40 something years old and I ain't got it figured out. So I can imagine a 14 to 18-year-old kid telling him to go figure life out. That just ain't gonna get it. That just ain't gonna get it. So like I say, once I found out my purpose and found out that I can help change young men's lives. If you go to my Twitter page, you will see some of my former players who are not college coaches and doing other things. And every time they say anything, I always say something. They always say, "Coach, I love you. I appreciate it. I would, and like I say, that's the biggest thing for me." And so I coach because it's my purpose. It's my calling to help make young men better. And I'm just happy to be a coach. It should be an honor to be called coach. And I take that very seriously.
Appreciate you sharing that with us, brother. Hey, thank y'all for watching Sports Talk with BWatts. Finna let Coach Dre go, and I'm thinking in here, finished watching this Super Bowl myself. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and rock with us tonight. And if you watch the replay, once it's been posted, only thing I ask you to do is just drop a comment, keep the video going in the algorithm. And if you leave a question over there for me or Coach Dre, we will answer it for you whenever we can. All right. Appreciate y'all. How you doing, Miss Debbie? What's up, Steve? What's going on? Doom, Dollar Sign 34. Appreciate you. Tim, appreciate y'all. Miss Phyllis, you already know. You already know. Miss Selma Johnson, my ride or die. All right, closing out for us, Coach Drayton. We out of here. I'm gonna let you go, buddy.
Uh, we appreciate everybody coming through. Like I say, y'all, we know y'all could have been watching the Super Bowl, even though it'd have been a waste of time. Uh, but we appreciate everybody coming in and rocking with us. We do this for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm always here. I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody, trying to encourage somebody, because somebody uh didn't make it today. So you ought to be thankful for every blessing that God. Like I told y'all show me y'all sacrifice, and I'll show you a blessing. Y'all show me your sacrifice, and I'll show you a blessing. We appreciate y'all every week. I want y'all to say prayers for Rob and his family right now. They go through a tough, a difficult time. That's why Rob wasn't on tonight, or hasn't been around. He just got back in the States, and then they had some devastating news. I just got through talking to him before I came on, so keep
Okay.
him in prayers.
I give him a call tomorrow. Let him know I call him tomorrow. Check on.
And so but like I said, we appreciate everybody that came and rocked with us. We're gonna keep rocking this thing out, man. We're gonna grow this platform to where it needs to be, and we appreciate everybody that comes in here. And as I tell y'all, if I send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Drake. That is my brother BWatts. God bless and we love y'all. We'll see y'all next Sunday.
All right, appreciate it, Coach Ray. Hey, want to thank everybody once again for watching Sports Talk with BWatts on Super Bowl night. Don't forget, tune in at 8 o'clock tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I got a special show that I'm going to do tomorrow. I done broke down some videos. I done had my team send me some videos, some people that I rock with. I'm doing a top 10 plays from 2024 on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I need your participation in the chat when I put them in the order that I think. I want y'all feedback. Yes or no. Now, be wise. You know that play don't belong at number 6. That play belong at number 2. You know that play should have been number 1. Why you got it at number 9? You know, I get up for that. I like stuff like that. I like when y'all feedback in the comment section. It make the show more interesting, make it more about us instead of just me. I don't never want the show be about me. I want to be about us because this is all together. So I just need your participation on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Once again, top 10 plays from 2024. I'm telling y'all, that Travis Hunter went off. Shadur Sanders went off. But guess what? On my list, are they did they have the number 1 play? Ooh, well, I can't wait till tomorrow. I hope Steve will show up on this. Yeah. Hey, love y'all. Appreciate you and God bless you. I can't wait to see y'all. Hope y'all making plans to be out there in Colorado on August the 3rd. Coach Prime at the Colorado Bucky gonna take on Georgia Tech. I'll be there. I hope to see you there. All right. Appreciate y'all. Be blessed.